We had no real ambitions for the classification of this stage. Hi guys, welcome to this Primavera Classica briefing.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Northern Italy for the first monument of the cycling season, the Primavera Classica. This is a special race, if ever there was one. 300 kilometres, and very often you have to wait for the final 30 kilometres to see the scenario unfold. With the Cipressa and Poggio climbs, the punchers and their teammates often try to turn the screw in order to eliminate the sprinters, whereas the latter hang on desperately in order to take part in the sprint on the Via Roma at the heart of Sanremo.
1.5 minutes for the breakaway. It might just work. The breakaway is losing ground.
You must constantly try to shelter from the wind, so as not to consume energy. This is what allows a rider to edge clear at the end of the race.
At the front of the race, it's time to pick up something to eat. Another 20 or so kilometres before the riders are onto roads with a few more slopes.
The breakaway is losing ground.
First significant climb of the day for the men at the front, the Colle del Giovo, 6 kilometres on an average slope of 3%.
The peloton is riding hard. Stay well placed.
The first riders are onto the coast. Another 50 kilometres of flat road, and then the race will enter its final chapter with the sequence of Capi, short climbs where the screw can be turned to cause problems for the pure sprinters. It's time for a final feed for the front of the race. A little under 40 kilometres before we reach the first capo.
The gap is decreasing, guys. The peloton should be there for the stage win. The riders up front still have something left. They're upping the pace to try to hold out till the end.
The head of the race has 1.5 minutes lead on the peloton. "30 seconds lead for the head of the race.
You are 2 kilometers from the top.
Here's the foot of the Cipresa, the final capo. It's a climb of almost 6 kilometres, and sometimes riders try their chance from far out. But in recent race history, it's never proven to be decisive for final victory.
Bunched peloton.
Okay, I'll confirm the feed.
At the top of the Cipresa, there'll be a little over 10 kilometres to the foot of the Poggio, the final difficulty of the day. Only 5 kilometres before the foot of the Poggio.
Understood. We'll stick to the wheels in front, whatever happens. riders in front, whatever happens.
The peloton is onto the Poggio climb. There'll have to be an attack to eliminate the sprinters.
Watch out. You're not going to be able to attack for much longer. They're riding hard behind. This isn't the moment to relax. The first riders are 2 kilometers from the climb.
Only a kilometre left until the top of the Poggio. Nobody has got away at the top of the Poggio. Will the rider try to land a killer blow on the descent in order to avoid a sprint? He's accelerating. That's done. The men at the front are at the foot of the descent. They've only got 2 kilometres to go. He's accelerating.
Go on! The sprint is yours! Go on! Give it all you've got!
He managed to keep enough energy to cross.
The podium is good, but I was expecting more from you. Hi guys, welcome to the briefing for this first stage. Today you are faced with a rare exercise that will delight people.
A new rider is now ready on the ramp for this individual time trial. A few more seconds until he sets off. Come on, let's give him some encouragement.
Come on, don't set off flat out. It's a very steep climb. Take time to find your rhythm. If you've got something left in the tank at the end, you can accelerate. Come on, you mustn't panic, and you've got to manage your effort. Try to keep it steady. Go! Stay focused! You've got the job half done. Go on! Go! Dig deep! Go! Go! Come on! Only 1 kilometer left. You're into the highest percentage. Hang on in there. It's all in the mind. Don't give up. Come on! It's almost over! Go! Right to the end!
A few minutes ago, he tops the standing. He's amongst the...
Well done, lads. You rode a very good stage today. Finishing in the top 5, even though the stage didn't suit us, is extremely... Hi, guys. Let's start the briefing for this stage. Today is a tiring route, where the closing kilometres should suit the punchers, and an opportunity to lead the general classification. We should be able to get into the top 10 of the stage.
Hello, cycling fans everywhere. The route that takes the riders to Saint-Étienne harbours no major climbs, but it's far from flat. It's a topography that could favour the baroudeurs.
Today's stage is going to be tiring, lads. You're going to have to keep something for the last 20 kilometers. There's a strong chance of attacks on the final climb. Have a good stage.
1.5 minutes for the breakaway. It might just work.
King of the Mountain sprint in 2 kilometers for the breakaway group.
The next King of the Mountain summit will bring 5 points to the rider who is first over the top.
The breakaway riders are increasing the gap. They are not dangerous for the overall standings. We can let them go. This stage is fairly uneventful. If you think that nothing special is going to happen, you can advance the clock to the closing kilometers.
The next difficulty, just like the previous one, is listed as second category. There will thus be 5, 3, 2 and 1 points to be claimed for the mountains classification.
King of the Mountain sprint in 2 kilometers for the breakaway group.
The breakaway's passing through the feed zone.
The gap is widening. No need to panic, guys. There's nobody dangerous for the overall standing. The riders up front still have something left. They're upping the pace to try to hold out till the end.
The head of the race has 1.5 minutes lead on the peloton. The breakaway is managing to hold off the peloton. The gap seems to have stabilised. Last time checked with the breakaway, 1 minute. There's 20 kilometres left and one last classified climb to be contested. With the summit lying less than 12 kilometres from the finishing line, it's an ideal springboard for an attempt at a solo finish, or at least to cause problems for the pure sprinters. Final categorised difficulty of the stage. Classified as third category, it's worth 2 points and 1 point for the polka dot jersey classification.
He's the new leader of the overall youth standings. Okay, I'll consume a feed. King of the Mountain sprint in 2 kilometers for the breakaway group.
He's trying to get out of the peloton. Watch out. 30 seconds lead for the head of the race. Counter-attack at the front of the peloton.
Attempted breakaway by the yellow jersey. What's he trying to do? Okay, we'll consume a feed.
Now there's a single unclassified ascent of 1 kilometre left to climb. Once at the top, it will be downhill almost all the way to the finishing line. We'll have to keep something in reserve if we want to get away in the final kilometres. The front of the race is at the foot of the unclassified ascent, the final climb of the day.
You're on your way to the top spot of the white jersey standings. It's great. Keep going, kid.
It's a lone rider who noses down towards the finish in Saint-Etienne. It will be a solo victory.
It is not always a good idea to be too many in a breakaway, as the others will not necessarily want to cooperate with us.
The red pennant is in sight for the front of the race.
Go on! Sprint with everything you've got! No regrets! Go! Go! Watch out! You'll soon have no more energy for an attack.
Ladies and gentlemen, let us welcome... He's in sparkling form. He's amongst the leading... He's in sparkling form. He will climb onto the podium.
Well done, guys. It's a nice podium place today. I wasn't expecting such a performance. Hi, guys. Let's start the briefing for this stage. Today is a tiring route, where the closing kilometers should suit the punchers, and an opportunity to lead the general classification. We should be able...
Hello to all. With a final portion over irregular terrain and a finish at the top of a climb, there's no doubt that the punchers will be eyeing victory on this stage. But let's not totally exclude the sprinters. The fittest of them should be able to manage the short climbs on the final stretch.
The breakaway riders are increasing the gap. They are not dangerous for the overall standings. We can let them go. This stage is fairly uneventful. If you think that nothing special is going to happen, you can advance the clock to the closing kilometers. You must constantly try to shelter from the wind, so as not to consume energy. This is what allows a rider to edge clear at the end of the race.
The breakaway is losing its lead. It's going to be difficult for them.
King of the Mountain sprint in 2 kilometers for the breakaway group. The peloton is riding hard. Stay well placed.
The first 15 score points at the intermediate sprint. The first will pot 20 points.
Here's the winner of the intermediate sprint. The breakaway is upping the tempo at the head of the race. It doesn't intend to be caught up that easily. Watch out! You'll soon have no more energy for an attack.
The breakaway is losing its lead. It's going to be difficult for them. At the front of the race, it's time to pick up something to eat.
Collective fall. It may create gaps.
Now it's the decisive passage of this stage, with the Col de Brosse climb. It may be a bit early to try to get away at the front of the race, but now's the time to up the tempo in order to cause problems for the sprinters. The Col de Brosse is done for the lead riders. Now it's more or less downhill all the way to the final 11 kilometers that, in contrast, will be constantly uphill. 15 kilometers from the finish for the group at the front. So there's a little over 10 kilometers left. And it will be uphill all the way. There won't be any steep gradients because there's nothing over 4%, but it's enough to encourage attacks. He's trying to get out of the peloton. Watch out. Watch out, he's going on the attack. He's moving onto the attack. "30 seconds lead for the head of the race.
The breakaway will no... Go all the way, lads, but watch out for attacks in the closing kilometers. Okay, we'll consume a feed.
We'll have to keep something in reserve if we want to get away in the final kilometers. Only 5 kilometers left for the men in front. He's trying to get out. Watch out! Another 3 kilometers and it's the finish.
We're provisional leaders. Come on, keep at it.
Counter-attack at the front of the peloton. There's only 1 kilometer to go for the men at the front. They'll have to settle it with a sprint.
He is all smiles, and we can say that he will climb onto the podium. We can say that he tops the stat.
Well done, lads! Congratulations to you! We weren't even among... Hi, guys. Let's start the briefing for this stage. Today, there's a team time trial on the... We were aiming for a top 10 place on this stage, and we failed. It's a pity. Hi, guys. Let's start the briefing for this stage. The main thing to grasp today is that the route is flat and it harbours no particular difficulties. A sprint finish is more than likely. It'll be important...
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome. We should witness a very uncertain race today. The final circuit around Saint-Just-Saint-Rambert should favour the punchers. However, it may not be difficult enough to fully eliminate the sprinters from stage victory.
Come on, guys. Up front straight away. It climbs from the start.
The first rider over the top of the pass will pocket 5 points for the mountain standings.
When you have a very good sprinter in the team, it makes sense to stick with a breakaway in order to favour a mass sprint and vie for the stage win. Unless, of course, a rider from the team is present in the breakaway.
The time gap with the head of the race is stable. The next King of the Mountains summit is ranked as a third category. Only the first 2 riders over the top will score points towards the best climber classification. The time gap between the peloton and the breakaway is decreasing. The next difficulty is also classified as third category. The first 2 to the top score 2 and 1 point towards the polka dot jersey. The peloton has just joined up with the breakaway.
You must constantly try to shelter from the wind so as not to consume energy. This is what allows a rider to edge clear at the end of the race.
The head of the race has 1.5 minutes lead on the peloton. The breakaway is losing ground. At the front of the race, it's time to pick up something to eat. A chance for the riders to stock up on energy for the rest of the stage. "30 seconds lead for the head of the race. Here's a quick reminder on the point system. The first 15 to pass the intermediate sprint score points towards the green jersey. The first scores 20 points.
Fall. It may create gaps. Here's the winner of the intermediate sprint. Watch out. You're not going to be able to attack for much longer.
Looks like the breakaway still has some gas left. It's still able to widen the gap.
The gap is decreasing, guys. The peloton should be there for the stage win. The riders up front still have something left. They're upping the pace to try to hold out till the end. The first riders are 2 kilometers from the climb.
The front of the race is onto the final circuit. The riders will cross the finishing line twice before fighting it out for victory. The race leaders are crossing the finishing line for the first time. They have 2 laps of the circuit remaining.
"30 seconds lead for the head of the race.
The breakaway is beginning the final lap of the circuit. A few more kilometers before knowing today. There are 10 kilometers left before the finish.
Continuez comme ça. Allez les gars, courage. Allez les gars, on continue comme ça.
You are 2 kilometers from the top. or consumer feed.
No one's managed to gain an advantage over his rivals. Victory should come down to a sprint.
During the sprint, try to stick to the wheel in front for as long as possible to take advantage of the slipstream.
He's accelerating. The red pennant. The sprint is on. Today's victory is for a sprinter.
Ladies and gentlemen, applaud him. He tops the standings. He tops the standings. He tops the standing. He will climb on.
Well done, guys. We're where we should be. We were aiming for a top 10 spot, and you did. Hi, guys. Let's start the briefing for this stage. It'll be a very demanding day for everyone. Several mountain passes and a summit finish await you. This is a key stage for the general classification. You'll have to be there on the final
Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. The presence of the Col du Mont Noir on the rider's route could do some serious damage and establish a sort of hierarchy as to contenders for final victory. To put it plainly, a stage during which the favourites can leave nothing to chance.
The peloton is riding hard. Stay well placed. There's plenty of damage at the back of the peloton. It will be a long day in the saddle for those who fall behind.
The breakaway is 5 kilometres from the intermediate sprint.
That's good enough, lads. There's no way we can lose the green jersey today. It's good. We're on to hillier roads, lads. 70 kilometres before reaching the foot of Le Mont Noir. Guys, don't forget to protect our leader. Communication is important. That's why we have Team Com. Tempo is increasing at the head of the race. The breakaway riders will try and manage the time gap.
The first difficulty of the day is classified as 4th category. A fairly easy starter for the riders. The breakaway is increasing its lead over the yellow jersey, but there's no worry as it contains no big guns for the overall standings. The riders are approaching the feed zone. The breakaway is being reeled in. It will be difficult to withstand the return of the yellow jersey. And the ascent of the Col du Mont Noir has begun. It's considered to be the most difficult climb in the Vercors Massif.
The time gap with the head of the race isn't changing, lads.
The breakaway increases its lead on the yellow jersey group. The breakaway is being reeled in. It will be difficult to withstand the return of the yellow jersey.
Allez, courage, on continue, les gars. Bravo, les gars. Les voilà. Allez les gars, courage! Allez les gars! Bravo les gars!
Watch out, lads. The end of the climb and the start of the descent are over narrow roads. Stay focused.
Allez les gars, on continue comme ça. Allez, lâchez rien, allez.
1.5 minutes lead for the head of the race over the favourites. The head of the race has 1.5 minutes lead on the yellow jersey.
He's being left behind. It's good news for the overall standings.
The riders up front have a 1 minute lead on the favourites group. The yellow jersey group is 1 minute from the head of the race.
He goes to the top of the climber standings. The peloton is riding hard. Stay well placed.
There's about 20 kilometres to the finishing line, and most of that is uphill. It's a real finale for the strong men. Another 20 kilometres to go before knowing the name of the stage winner. There's everything to play for. The breakaway is being reeled in. It will be difficult to withstand the return of the yellow jersey.
You still have 10 kilometers to make up some time.
The front of the race is beginning the ascent towards Lens-en-Vercors, a little under 5 kilometres before we know today's winner.
It is not always a good idea to be too many in a breakaway, as the others will not necessarily want to cooperate with us.
At 3 kilometres from the finish, there are still several potential stage winners. Less than 2 kilometres from the finish. Final kilometre for the men at the front.
They're riding hard behind. This isn't the moment to relax. He's being left behind. It's good news for the overall standing.
He succeeded in avoiding all. He's in sparkling. He's amongst the lead. He will climb onto the podium. He's amongst the lead.
Great, guys! I wasn't expecting anything from this stage, and you bring home a podium? Hi, guys. Let's start the briefing for this stage. It's a day in the mountains. The finish isn't decided at the top of the climb, but the route is challenging, and it's an important day for the general classification. You'll have to be there on the final climb.
Hello and welcome to all. This stage is a key rendezvous for the general classification favourites. With the Col de la Biche, the Grand Colombier and the Mont du Chat, there are no less than 3 all-category climbs on the menu. With a total of 4,600 metres of vertical gain, there's no doubt that this stage is crucial in the fight for the yellow jersey. The next difficulty is also classified as third category. The first 2 to the top score 2 and 1 point towards the polka dot jersey. The next difficulty is listed as a Category 4. There will be only 1 point to be scored towards the best climber classification.
The first riders have reached the intermediate sprint.
The riders are beginning the ascent of the first all-category climb of the day, the Col de la Biche. Just over 10 kilometres of effort, with an average slope of 9%. There will be points for the first 8 to the top of the mountain pass. The first will pocket 20 points, while the 8th will only pick up 2 points.
The front of the race is 2 kilometers from the summit. After the summit, it doesn't drop away immediately. But once the descent has begun, you'll very quickly be at the foot of the Grand Colombier.
The gap with the yellow jersey is melting away. The escapees will have difficulties going all the way to the finish. The ascent to the Grand Colombier has begun, a climb that could do some serious damage.
ties. The most difficult percentages are next. Courage. It's the same for everybody.
There will be 20, 15, 12, 10, 8, 6, 4 and 2 points to be shared out at the summit for the best climber classification. The gap with the yellow jersey is melting away. The SKPs will have difficulties going all the way to the finish.
I don't know if it's a bluff, but the breakaway looks to be increasing the pace at the front of the race.
Before beginning the final all-category pass, the riders must first scale the Côte de Jongieu, classified as third category.
The peloton is riding hard. Stay well placed.
The riders up front have a 1-minute lead on the favourites group. The gap between the favourites group and the front is 30 seconds.
They're riding hard behind. This isn't the moment to relax.
The first rider to the top of the pass scores 20 points in the polka dot jersey classification.
The front of the race is 2 kilometers from the summit.
The head of the race has 1.5 minutes lead on the yellow jersey. At the bottom of the descent, there will be a little over 10 kilometers before the finishing line in Chambéry. Only 10 kilometers left for the head of the race. The road to Chambéry is now totally flat.
Watch out. You'll soon have no more energy to attack. You seem to be running on empty. Lift your foot if you don't want to blow up.
This stage is his. He's in sparkling. We can say that he tops the standings.
Well done, lads. You pulled off a great performance today. It's the final stage, guys. It's a day in the mountains. The finish isn't decided at the top of the climb. We were aiming for a top 10 place on this stage, and we failed. It's a pity. We finished with the green jersey. It's great. You managed...